Hi everyone, I'm just doing a few examples for chapter 4, just to make sure that everyone understands it. So, 4.1 is looking at oxidation and reduction. So some of the questions are saying, classify each of the following half equations as oxidation or reduction half equations. So look at the first one, and you can actually see that you've got my dodgy handwriting, but also you've got silver plus. So obviously that's going to be aqueous because it has the actual charge on it. And you've got an electron goes to silver solid. So the electron is on the left-hand side, so that is a reactant, which means it is gaining electrons. Therefore, this one is reduction. We think back to our summaries. You've got to have, I'll write it really big, an oil rig cat. That's the one that's like always true. So you think anode oxidation is loss, and then reduction is gain at the cathode. So first one is definitely going to be reduction. Look at the second one. So you've got iron 2 plus goes to iron 3 plus with an electron. Again, on this side, it's losing it, so that's loss because it's a product. Therefore, definitely oxidation. And again, we think oil rig, so oxidation is lost. That's going to occur at the anode. Then if we think about, say, for example, question 6, identify the reducing agent in each of these redox reactions. So this is an example. This is this is chapter review 4, question 6b. And it's saying, what's the reducing agent? So reducing agent, also known as the reductant, is actually the thing that undergoes oxidation. So basically saying out of these two options, you got magnesium or chloride, which of those is going to lose electrons? Because we know oxidation is loss. So magnesium goes to magnesium. In this case, it's going to be Mg2 plus and 2Cl negative. So if I was doing this as half equations, that might be a little bit easier. So I'd have magnesium solid goes to magnesium 2 plus. Think about coheres, and I add my 2 electrons on this side so that they're both equal. That one is losing electrons, so magnesium solid is the thing undergoing oxidation. Note that it's asking for the starting ingredient. So magnesium solid ends up as magnesium 2 plus. That is your reducing agent or your reductant. The other part of the half equation would be Cl2 goes to 2Cl minus. And because you've got 2 negative on this side, we're going to make them both the same. So 2 electrons are added on the left, therefore it is gaining. So this is your oxidant, I guess. And I'm going to get myself confused. That's why it's very important that you go back and think about it. So this one is losing electrons, which means this is the reductant. And this one is gaining electrons, so therefore it is the oxidant because it undergoes reduction. So that's one of the stupid parts of this course, is that the words often get swapped slightly, so a little confusing. If we look at 4.2, we are asking questions about oxidation numbers. So I'll just have a look at a few of these for examples. I might use a different color, so let's go to green. It's a great color. So, for example, Ag solid. You can see that there's no charge on this one, so therefore its oxidation number is 0. Whereas Ag plus obviously has a charge of a plus, therefore its oxidation number is +1. Similarly, we've got Fe2 plus, so its charge is +2, and Fe3 plus, it becomes +3. So if we look at, say, the rules about gaining and losing, so you've gone from +1 to 0, which means that it has decreased in oxidation number, meaning it has gained a negative charge. So it's a bit confusing, but if it's gained electrons, it's gained a negative charge, it's gone lower in its oxidation numbers, therefore it's an example of reduction. Unlike this one, which has gone from +2 to +3, so it has lost a negative charge, or it's gained, like how you want to think about it, but basically you can figure it out, and in fact that means that it has undergone oxidation. MgCl2, I guess, is probably the one to look at. So Mg, can you see that? Yep. Plus 2 times Cl is equal to nothing or 0. We know from general knowledge, it's kind of right where the light is. Hang on. Let's find a different spot to write that down so you can all see. Kind of down here. Yeah, this is the spot. So Mg, actually, you know what? I'm just going to rub off everything because I need to anyway. And that way I have a clean whiteboard. How exciting. Okay. MgCl2 is what we're looking at. And we need to basically draw like year 6 or year 7 algebra. So Mg plus 2 times Cl is equal to nothing or 0. From your periodic table, you know that magnesium is in the second group, therefore it is equal to plus 2. And you've got your Cl, which you don't know, so plus 2 times Cl is equal to nothing. So 2 times Cl, we put that on the other side, becomes negative 2. You divide both sides, so Cl is equal to negative 2 divided by 2, which equals negative 1. So the oxidation numbers are Mg is equal to plus 2, Cl equals negative 1. Okay, and that's basically all of 4.2. Hopefully that one makes a bit of sense. And then the last bit I'll do for 4.3 is another example, just for the sake of examples being great. I might write it down on here as well because it gets a little complicated. So, just trying to find one that we haven't done properly. They're all kind of the same. I might just do this one but change it a little bit. So you've got sulfur dioxide. Actually, why am I doing this in green? Let's go back to black. That's a much better color. Okay. And I just drew on the table. Well done. But don't worry, it's whiteboard markers. So, sulfur dioxide is bubbled through an acidified solution of sodium dichromate. But in this case, we'll say potassium. I don't think I can spell these right. Permanganate. Potassium permanganate. Sulfate ions. And manganese. Pretty sure it's 2 plus. Was left over. So, and it's like right half equations. So the hard part is knowing how to transform the written words into your half equations. So again, we've got to remember our cohees, which I'm going to put up here. So hopefully everyone remembers these anyway, but it's good to have options. So key elements, oxygen, and you have to add oxygen. Yep. So you add H2O, hydrogen, which is H plus, electrons, obviously that's E negative, and then states. So we're basically just going to do this with our thing, and it's going to be awesome. I'm just turning off an alarm so I don't interrupt myself, which is handy. So, that's kind of handy. So sulfur dioxide, hopefully everyone knows dioxide is O2. So SO2, sulfate, it's just part of learning, so that's SO. So actually I better check that. See, if I don't know, how would you guys know? From memory, sulfate sounds like SO4. 2 negative, pretty sure. But I'll quickly Google to make sure, because I don't want to be wrong. And it is in fact SO4, 2 negative. Isn't that nice? So that's good to know. SO2 goes to SO4, 2 negative. That's this first one. So again, key elements, sulfur is our key element. There's 1 on each side, so it's easy. Oxygen, we've got 2 on the side and 4 on the side, so we add 2 more oxygens, which means we add 2 waters on the left. Next, we've got our count of hydrogens, so we've got 2 hydrogens here, and there's 2 of them, so 2 times 2 equals 4. We add 4H plus on this side. Let's try to write that again. 4H plus. We're up to electrons, so we've got 2 negative and 4 positive, so that's plus 4 minus 2 equals positive 2. This side is 0, so we add 2 more negatives to make it equal. And then we do states, so SO2 is probably a gas, but So, right, liquid, it's got a charge, so it's aqueous, aqueous. Hopefully you can see that. So that's that side. So we go back to this, an oil rig cat. So you're thinking, okay, the electrons are on the right side. So then we know that they are being lost. Oxidation is lost. It happens at the anode. So this is occurring at the anode. This is good to know. Okay, potassium permanganate. So potassium equals K. We know it's plus. Permanganate, again, this is something we have to know. It's MnO4. We know it's 2 negative, so therefore it's K plus. We have 2 of them to MnO4 because this one's MnO4, 2 negative, K is plus. So we times that one by 2, so we get 2 plus and 2 negative to make them the same. Okay, and then we know that we go to the Roman numerals next to manganese, means it's plus 2, so Mn2 plus. Okay, so again, think about key elements. We've got Mn on both sides, so they stay the same. Oxygen is the next one, so we've got 4 on this side, so we just go plus 4H2O. Hydrogen is H plus, so again we've got 4H2O, so therefore 8 in total, so we add 8H plus to this side. Electrons, so we've got 8H plus and we've got 2 plus, so we have a 6 difference, so plus 8 plus 2, so I'm going to add 6 electrons on this side to make them both equal to plus 2. And lastly, states, so KMnO4, aqueous. Basically, if you're in doubt, write aqueous, I think is a good rule of thumb. So it's got a charge, and then obviously water is going to be a liquid. The last step is to make sure that we write the full equation and that they both have to have the same amount of electrons. So this one has 2, that one has 6, so I'm going to times this whole thing by 3 and then rewrite it. So I've got, again, maybe I'll write a different colour so it's nice and clear. I've got 3 SO2 plus, and then I've got 3 times 2, so 6 H2O. And then I go back down here because it's all on this side of the reactants, plus K2MnO4 plus 8H plus. Okay, so that's my reactants, and I don't include my 6 electrons because that crosses off. And then that goes to, for my products, I've got 3 times SO4, 2 negative. Oh, and make sure I write that. 2 negative, damn it. 2 negative plus, and I've got 3 times 4H plus, so 12 hydrogen ions. I'm just wondering if I'm running out of time. I'm just going to do it underneath as well. Plus Mn2 plus, which is from this bit, and lastly 4H2O. Now, the last bit that's a bit tricky is I've got some hydrogen ions on both sides and also water. So if you can see, I've got 8 hydrogen here and 12 here. So I'm going to cross off these 8 and leave it with, there's only 4 left. So I cross off that, and then, so it's 12. So it becomes 4H plus because I have 8 on both sides. So I get rid of that. And again with my waters, so I've got 6 H2 on this side and 4 here. So I cross off those 4, and I cross off that, and I'm left with 2 on this side. So it's quite a process. And again, I need to write my states. So I'll do that in red. I know it does seem quite complex, but I think if you just follow the steps start to finish, always do cohes, it's actually really simple. Well, not really simple, but quite simple. So aqueous, liquid, aqueous, 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 and aqueous. I could rewrite it, but I think you get the gist, and that's long enough for one video. Thanks everyone.